Rockefellers, DuPonts, the Gettys, okay? They're in rulership right now. This is their heaven, which equals our hell, okay? Heaven and hell are conditions played out on the planet Earth. Right now, we're in hell, meaning we're on the bottom, and this so-called white man, beginning with their top banking structure, they're on the top. The reason why they're on the top is because the Heavenly Father gave them the blessing of power. In the Apocrypha, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, it says, power is given unto you from the highest. You can go and read that. Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, beginning at the 1st verse. Okay? So that's why they're ruling. But they're not going to rule forever, even though in, what is that, Psalms 49th chapter, 11th verse, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They think they're going to rule forever. Wait a minute, let's go through the annals of history. The Babylonians, when they ruled, they didn't rule forever. They had a period of time when they came up in rulership, and then they were brought down. How about the Medo-Persian Empire? Same thing there. Okay, how about the Egyptians? As mighty as they were, they ruled for a period of time, and they were brought down. They were brought down mightily, I might add. Scriptures tell us in Exodus how Pharaoh's army, in chasing the Israelites, the Lord's chosen people, Pharaoh, along with his army, perished. And that was the end of the Egyptian Empire, right there. So guess what? America is the modern day Egypt. In the same way the ancient Egyptian Empire perished, never to return to its prominence again, is the same way America will perish. But this destruction is going to be a mighty sore destruction. Okay? A mighty sore destruction. As a matter of fact, all where I'm walking, this will all be desert very soon. All right? 100% desert. America's going to be 100% desert after the destruction of the missiles and the destruction brought by the chariots. In the book of Zechariah, the 5th chapter, it says that the chariots, because that's what the Lord asked Zechariah, what do you see? He said, I see a flying roll. Then the Lord told Zechariah, well, this is the curse that goeth over the whole earth. This is the curse that goeth over the whole earth. What is that talking about? Those chariots. They're a curse to Esau and Esau's rulership, but they're a blessing to us. Oh yeah. Because that's going to be the instrument of our salvation. You know, it was Elisha, the understudy of Elijah, when he saw the chariot, he said, my father, the chariots of Israel. And our forefather Elisha, well, rather Elijah, which was also the greatest prophet at that time, he was abducted by one of those so-called UFOs. Okay, he was abducted, which is pretty much a sign of things to come for us. Speaking about the future, we that's of the hopeful elect, man, we hope to be abducted by those so-called UFOs, by the chariots of the Lord. Oh yeah. Especially those of us that are right here in Babylon, which is known as America. We hope to be abducted and taken up into those chariots. As a matter of fact, a prophecy that comes to mind is the book of Acts. I'm sorry, not Acts, but Isaiah, the 26th chapter, 20th verse, where it says, roughly paraphrasing, it says, come my people and hide from the indignation of the Lord. You know what the indignation of the Lord is? That's the destruction that Yahweh and the angels is coming with. The word indignation means righteous anger. And the Heavenly Father has every reason to be upset and angry. Well, as it is written, he's angry with the wicked every day. Angry with the wicked every day. And who's the wicked? I just told you. I just told you who the wicked is. The Edomites. Esau. There's plenty of reasons why the Heavenly Father is angry with the wicked every day. Look at what they're doing to the planet Earth, the earth that he created, which is supposed to be a joy and a paradise. That's why the earth was known as Eden. The Hebrew word Eden. The Hebrew word for Eden, rather, is Aidan, which means joy or paradise. There you go. So, is it a joy and a paradise right now? Hell no. This is prophecy where it says, destroy them. Destroy them that have destroyed the earth. Once again, who is that? Esau, Edom, the wicked. Earth right now is suffering something called deforestation. Look that up. That's why there's a prophecy in Isaiah where it says even the trees are going to rejoice when Esau, Edom is brought down there. Think about that. Because the trees are a living being, a living entity. And even they're going to rejoice when Esau is brought down. And he's going to be brought down to nothing. There's a prophecy in Job where it says not even his widows. Now this is in the future. When he's brought down and he's underneath us in slavery. There's a prophecy in Job where it says not even his women is going to want him. He's going to look so pitiful. See, right now in this kingdom, he's the hunk. He's the superstar. He's the, like they used to say, he's the big man on campus. He's the big man right now. Yeah, because he's in his power. But what happens when he's stripped of his power? Which he will be stripped of his power by Yahushua. We saw it in 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. Well, I'll tell you what happens. He will be reduced to nothing. All right? And we're going to be ruling over him. And like I said, according to the prophecy, not even his own women is going to want him. Okay? So, that's all part of the future. The future, brothers. The future. There was a song by that group Guy. Was it Aaron Hall, I think is the lead singer was. They did a song called The Future. Well, that's what's coming in the future. This planet Earth will be ruled in righteousness. Because the people of the Lord, the Israelites, beginning with the elect, is going to be ruling. And what are we going to use to rule? We're going to use the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's going to be totally instituted in the kingdom. Totally. All right? We're going to live by Yahushua laws, statutes, commandments. Like that group, the IUIC says, the laws, the statutes, the commandments. That's going to be, and that's pursuant to Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, where the Lord said, and again, this is dealing with the future, where the Lord said he's going to put his laws in our inward parts, meaning into our mind. So we're going to be programmed to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments automatically in the kingdom. That's that new covenant that the Lord spoke about through Apostle Paul. You go in the book of Hebrews, the 8th chapter. What is it, the 8th verse? It speaks about that new covenant. Well, it starts at the 6th verse. It speaks about a new covenant, which the word covenant means agreement. So it speaks about a new covenant that the Heavenly Father is going to have with his people, us Israelites. That is the new covenant. The new covenant or new agreement is that the laws, the statutes, the commandments are going to be programmed within our minds. And that's going to be instituted in the kingdom. And that is part of the future. So we're never going to sin. Okay? Cross over here. We're never going to sin. We're never going to go off as Israelites. That's part of the blessings that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has for us. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited thinking about it, meditating on it. These are the things we're supposed to meditate on while we're in this filthy cesspool that people call the world. That's what we're supposed to meditate on. Future. It's worth meditating on because it's a glorious future for us Israelites. If you're a Hebrew Israelite in this. If you're of the other nations, particularly Esau, Edom, it ain't going to be a glorious future for you. It's going to be a painful future for you. An extremely excruciating, painful future. Because you're going into slavery underneath us Israelites, and we're not going to be nice to you. As it is written in Revelation, it says, give them double unto them what they did to us. So all the hardship that we went through underneath you Edomites in your kingdom, well, in our kingdom, you're going to go through hardship. You're going to experience what we experience and more. Okay? You're going to be on the bottom. And there's a parable that Yahushua taught, the parable of the rich man. And in the parable, the rich man was catching so much hell that he begged for Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool his tongue, which is a metaphor for just give me any kind of relief from this pain that I'm in. So that's an indication of how much pain and turmoil you Edomites are going to be in the kingdom. That right there, that parable right there, the parable of the rich man, which I might do a video on it. You know, Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man represents Esau, Edom. Lazarus represents us. In the parable, Lazarus was a poor beggar. That's us. Right now we're poor. We're begging this devil for everything, damn near. Begging him for freedom, begging him for this, begging him for that. So we're Lazarus. And this Edomite, beginning with their top banking families,